Hello, hello. Các trung mình sẽ thèm. Ồ, phải lóc này người sợ lóc ồ. Câu ra home workout mấy cái gì. Tất với chú cái chuột với chú cái workout về đâu. Cái mày Monday lệ. Monday ở trong khanin rigu takin cái extra la boxia. Taka. Ta Monday trong khanin kanan match kan này à. Kan thầu masia. Tu vangin kan thầu masi vang khanin. Đấy mình có buổi thắc do Win kalu tekan me ta chuan ne tekan lam kuala noin ju karon vel ani ti han mo bong on traffic jam a hu je win chu bong on traffic traffic a turu khom me win chu eng ma kal le thei lo khom me chuak zo ai zo eng mo thil tin ka zuk ka lo win chu eng mo no no tin hole halvata rote sura tang vela vel khani lu me ang khan ka met ve dong ka choice lu tu choice forma mi kha moi moi ami ni mai zela ani vel vek ani ma na tuine po ute ho vacation vlog go ti này đó nè vacation vlog tắc chu i thật chun quá bồi ta vacation vlog ha go ti này rồi trong Delhi Calcutta Delhi ai hianin kal turan sponsor tubo ka này do na dia don zu hairstyle tu one fresh via fresh cut Sarpens jersey chu an ting nge chiam ve don i kan boy pui tur hianin cái buổi cuối ngày tuổi tạm khóc mà đi thì dùng dùng thế là bao bây giờ xuyên chính tao lâu mi thu thar vào ông tổ em khai à khel hun chung po là giàu là vào nia hay là khel hun chung thì giàu đón cháu à bây giờ skin này tin lâu chú à shit cháu đón cháu được kia nè các bạn nu về là bác shit lấy lo bây giờ khel đón ăn chú ta thì các thùng barley cháu về là bác cái đón đâu आराम से Sekarang gue live ya, kalau mau sekarang gue apa nggak tapi sudah live, Frank. Itu namanya nih, pang live ah. Just kayak YouTube account pakai 70K kan guide tuh, 70K kan guide tuh, cuma 70.7K kan guide tuh, tuh mukbang kan han ti về do na nga mukbang ka enge kan ayang ti thấy eng mai la shit lawa til te po kan ai le anga eng thil nge kan ayang ti te po haril ru chuan oma tur ber po hi lo shalawa cái account hi 5K kan na kai lo do ni mo 5K kai ngai do ni one chip su kan ti to one chip su to lawang I see 3XA la present service luni welcome welcome to my life bông sa muk bang mai ru bông sai su mình ta mà dari ron le bông sa check si boy zero thang zalam sing song today we're going to eat no today we are going to eat uh pork curry with 5 red king chili yeah let's get started positive ani spicy 4x awami 3x mak lo lo ơi sao sorry rest is better than workout come on rest về sợ sợ phải cho oh hello boy mega sao mình tìm hair spa chú nghiệm gì hair spa chú spa chú anh tiền cho xin Ừ. Ừ. Spa về được. Ừ. Second channel là hang life. Ừ. Mi te kala mi kal lo ve. Yo guts venom besa oxygen choi som aram chamba. An khua te silong te gol si baten oma an kim thei lo lo. F4 ho khan le su don mi. F F4 ho khen me ka mi. Ngur dai lo hi om em. Thank you. Kapag ku ang hangin ito, ngayon na. Tình mà tí mấy tí mấy kapag ku start mấy chuyện dạng nghe khéo to ấn khéo to điều tây không nghe nằm mình chuẩn bị à nằm 5:30 ấn khéo lon ra là sao ra là hi thổ hình pon biếc anh nuông khóc mày tí mấy mà chẳng thế. Thank you so much. Ừ. Cấp cấp para là hairstyle chu in mẹ giúp cả lỗ mày. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anh bé 이 zero in kalamo zero in niya chunong bakit chu chung chu acha chu ka du thina ka du kol thina mo zero mo. Ralte tu cái idol PUBG player idol ka nailo. I don't have idol. Idol ka nailo ma se favorite player ka nai. My favorite player is Johnny Noah. Idol na ina tu pa no pang mani ai no pang lo idol chi chi ka su chi fa ka lo ma. Rin pui birthday Tony hi chia an khel don la an pen in si ka sang ai. 35 kills พอจะจำเป็น 35 kills เวลจิจิกันเลย Vine average อินโมกันเขียนเชลตุกกันกินเหล่าจนินวันเองไงเวโมกันกินเหล่าจนินทิ้งเหล่านี่ไหม mukbang ila mukbang tilado kuro kirkan nei cheltuk an van doi chini tuka kan khel hi mutlu chungten khela king vele mai a makan ta tu ne joy mo ural ishing nu na har site liber shing nu na har sa ka ti liber Shing na har sa ti lai ber tu Instagram mag han luta may semal na un tak tak en lo hi har sa alo lang tura han en lo top hier sa ni dik chit ro zinkara khel kha ar sa zo king kishia daidar hi dar thu min kara ol ma zo king zinkara po lobby har lo tu zinkara lobby har ma zo king kishia anh là động định thì cái này in quay xoay đâu po thì hai pe lo đấy đó cái này phải pe đó nào anh em mình học được cái intro được cái listen ra mình môi giúp
in poi xoay lâu po in real in xe mo xoay xe tu reng reng in sông in mel reng xoay xe tu lâu i pon trúc lâu xoay xe linh Allah lúc choang lâu dòng sông tôi te hiền lung mây na hun ông lâu lung đi hết tiền in rồi cứ trên rối tên hay hi âm mi kỳ toàn biết đi hay nghe ni thiết sen dùng giam thế sắc bên môi tê run ra miền mình phân thế trôi lại ai bay gan cây rong cả hình nghe mong mây đàn xoay chu hay nghe lâu nhẹ
no
quay xoay lâu
Miramar game anh खेला तो anh mấy mấy tàng đó होगा in poi xoay đâu pon in re in xoay mo
more consistent in that regard. But GE Phoenix, they were also capable of getting
Thyssen
those big chicken dinners, and I think this is the game where they are also aiming for one of those. They have that tight central part of the circle completely controlled by them, but the fact that they are being surrounded by multiple teams, have a look at the map,
what's
ladies and
party में
gentlemen.
मैं
Team Spy on the northern fringe, Redemption Crew as well as Team Metal on the left hand side. You have got, I believe, Team LOC coming in from the south. You've got GG coming in from the bottom left. This is just absolutely ridiculous for a team who has already lost a man early on in the game. This end circle is going to be very dangerous, and I just hope that GE Phoenix can withstand such pressure coming in from multiple directions. But elsewhere, Team Godlike, they are still on their rotation. They are still on their
God like
lovely
hiti
journey. Of
pahijen
course, it's not going to be
tamto
as
zigo
lovely
tale
because the blue zone damage
Neo che
is going to be
S4 le Shadow
considerable.
Thi ate
Even though
God
it's
Jonathan
stage 3, I
khel
feel
le
like it is going to eat up a lot of your
Jon
resources. A lot of your
Johnny khel lo
advantages needs to be utilized
blind
to
having
try
zone
and recover
chang
from
le
the
to
damage you are getting right now.
blind hi
Big Brother
khel tha
Esports
chho hop ma
trying to dish some
blind
damage
hi an
against
do
the
ni
side of Godlike.
don tum hi
Have failed to put down a player, but that could
Yeah.
have been a very good start for them in the final circles itself. And look at how the circle has
Neo
shifted
la
away from
tsu
all these teams, right?
My
Betrayal,
God.
Dragon Esports, especially all the way from Gladrill era, expecting to come to the corners of the circle, they get taken down. It seems like I've spoken too early, as Big Brother Esports was able to dish damage against the side of Godlike, put down Neo and finish him off. Now it comes to the final player of the team to try to survive as the longest possible and get as many points as possible, as Spy will now start their assault against the side of Team Psych,
Yeah.
as they've already got a player down, confirmed as well. Spy Esports, as soon as they came into this high ground, I knew that, this was their forte. This was where they're going to start their assault from. Because once you stay in a place for a really long time, oh my goodness, before I could speak anything further, it seems that the Dragon have, come into the circle at the right time, spit fire into the faces of the gods, and made them extinguish into the lobby, as Godlike will be eliminated with just one finish. A lot of disappointments in the fans of Godlike.
Yeah.
But we all know who's going to be coming out of those ashes. It's going to be the gods. They know how to come back into a lobby and dominate. Hopefully that's going to be the case from their side.
Hopefully. But one team,
hmm
which I'm pretty sure is actually extinguishing a lot of damage against their opposition, is going to be Dragon Esports. Now, Superboy, he did something which is very
Perfect.
exciting right now. He destroyed the rear wheel of the vehicle which he spotted right up front. Now, that was an enemy vehicle, right? And all he
Yep.
wanted to do was to cut down rotation paths. Enemies use vehicles to go for the rotation. And the fact that you take down the rear vehicle, it means that the vehicle is unusable at this point, and that was a brilliant move. Speaking of brilliant moves, it's Team RVNG who has actually completely invaded the compound of Galactic Gamers, and trades have been exchanged for fruit juice. In fact, final boss was the one who was about to fall, and now bodies certainly are falling left, right, and center. Revenge Esports just have one player in the form of Aman who is still holding his ground. A nade goes in, but is it going to dish out any amount of damage is going to be the question. And now, with the mids, all of this fight, it's Big Brother Esports as well who is going to try and capture as many finish points as they possibly can. But before he does that, Rishi has been knocked out. It's a comedy of errors, ladies and gentlemen, that is happening between these three teams. And Uzumaki, being the only remaining survivor from Big Brother Esports, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
Now the want of the hour pushing these players to go in for those frontal battle. A 1v1 battle where Karan is almost getting taken down thanks to his level 3 vest. It made him survive for a little longer. Revenge Esports on the other side will have to thank their stars, because in case Big Brother hadn't rushed in towards them, the story could have been otherwise. As the push is still going to be inevitable. Aman on the other side is going to be nading himself, and not only himself, he's going to be erasing another person, making sure that they finish off the team of BB, if I'm not wrong, who came in over there. But ultimately, these small errors can be ruthless for you, as GE on the other side are also being busted in by another team. Grenades are going to be lofted in. MAV is going to be cleared off as well. Oh, this is going to be finished with going bonkers, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be very, very careful as you read all these names getting taken down. RCs are pushed in against the side of GE. Is taken the control of the compound itself, but they have to be prepared for what's going to happen next, as Spy Sports and Blind are not far away. Probably they're waiting for these teams to come out in the open, as they have the control of the circle. They'll be trying to do a third party or probably gatekeep and put this player out of the equation.
Definitely the finish feed is going to go on to a frenzy, but Blind Esports, have a look at the split that they are playing with. I believe it's a 3-1 split, but I can't spot the third player in the mix of things. Ronnie is with his team, of course, but Joker on the other end of the spectrum, I believe he's the one who can actually be the X factor for the lineup, of course. But Blind Esports, they're not blindly charging onto fights. They're still taking some wise decisions, and it seems like for now, though, they just want to park their vehicles safely. Dragon Esports quite close to their territory, of course, and they have got Gujarat Tigers on the hilltop. It's going to be extremely crucial for Dragon Esports to watch out for their backs, but elsewhere, it's Redemption Crew who has actually launched the attack against Spy Esports. And Zap and Spray God, Gyro God, in fact, just trying to hold their ground. Nades being lobbed in, a little bit of a damage being dished out, but that's not going to be enough. No knocks being exchanged so far, and the initial contact has not been established, Arca, as of yet.
Now, Redemption Crew have played this really well. They were holding inside of the compound. They understood they don't have much space to play around with. Immediately what they do is slowly lure the opponents into the building, and they take the ground outside and they start their assault. But Spy Esports seems like the frontal battle power or their gun power is so strong, they're able to tackle out the side of RC at this point of time. But the last man, Toothless, you know, this man all of a sudden is going to be biting through the opponents, making them realize that he's actually not toothless, but has got a lot of bullets in his bag, and his gun power is actually strong enough to put them out of the lobby.
His gun power is definitely strong, but another team who is going extremely strong is going to be Blind Esports. 7 finishes to their name, of course, just holding down this corner ridge of the circle. They have Team Dragon Esports up front, but Dragon is certainly injured. The Dragon is wounded as another player bites the dust. Choke as well as Rocky. Probably the only 2 players who are still up there. Rocky, in fact, has been knocked down, and Choke God being the only player who can revive him back so far. But on top, look at Gujarat Tigers. AJ is going to shoot him down, and that's it. Lights out. That is it for Dragon Esports. Blind and Gujarat Tigers will have to duke it out for the tag of the King of the Hill, Arca.
I mean, the Tigers just slayed the Dragons, right? It's so
Grand final
different. The
lang nila,
storyline
mo.
is going so different right now. I
Finals
really
niya,
love
Jesus.
the way Gujarat Tigers are
Good
able
final
to
lang,
perform
kanta
over
mo.
here. But at the same
Grand
time,
final.
they're looking out towards the side of
Grand
Blind.
final, kahit
Ironically,
ka,
Team Blind
ang
don't
khel
live up
doon.
to their name, but rather
Ang khel
want
doon
so
mo.
much information inside the
Point
lobby
mo sang
that
som
they
paru.
make the
Beran
opponents
ni kaya
blind with their moves,
ang
with their
pool.
assault, and
Pool
then
sang
make
sang
sure
A
that
B
they,
C
you know,
D ti
take
beran
them out of the lobby.
in lo
As
tamo.
of now, Revenge Esports slowly
A B C
easing their
D
way
E
into the
versang mo
circle.
tay
Now
siya lo.
realize they don't have medkits, but they have somehow made it inside the circle. All they
Pool
have
ka.
to do is wait out
Ta
for the
grand final
opponents
lang nila
to
wato
fight
mi
it out with
finals
one
niya
another and
finals
probably
om
take advantage of the third-party situation, put some
Grand final
finishes
khel
in
tu.
their name.
Kani may
Whereas Blind slowly realize that
the
there
guy
is
na
somebody to
champion.
the eastern and the western side. They're still not going to
Kasi
rush, as
Luvio
the
to.
scout is going to be leading from the front,
Ko sa
giving
hi
all the
a
information.
price hi om
But
man siya lo.
what they want
The
to
guy
do
na
right
himo.
now is hold the circle.
The guy na
The
tak
minimap, as
jonin
you're able
price
to see,
om
that's
lo
the
om
blue
be
color,
po na
the
tam
dark
la
blue
wang.
color are the side of Blind, trying
Ve
to
nga
hold
om
off
chu.
any other team trying to make it
No
inside the
isom
circle.
vel jun ti
But
ve mai lo
Gujarat
mo.
Tigers are
No isom
slowly
price pool
making
jun ni
their
ve
way
de ang the
into
guy
the
ni
circle.
game mo khel top.
They certainly are, right? The circle with the
khel top aya
partnership
mo.
in the 6th
The guy
iteration
tak hi chu.
is something which the teams did not expect.
Ko sa tam la win
Gujarat
siya.
Tigers, they had a massive
EGS ber ka
advantage,
lo tama.
holding majority of the circle in its last iteration. We just saw that bird's eye view, but
Hey chu
suddenly
final and yet grand final
tides
kap
has
kai tu
turned, and
how
this
ka
now
aning
is
tum le ni.
entirely in the favor of Team Blind
Group final lang
Esports.
dakan mo.
Baymax is still holding on to this pocket
Finals
of
to
space that he has
grand
found
final
for
nila.
himself. Puts out another smoke so that he can survive
Rula
for
ni,
15 long seconds, but I don't think that that's going to be enough, especially with AJ shooting in the general direction. He's going to find Baymax and his knock itself. He is
BJ says no,
almost
is a
possible
linear
to be
flop,
revived
flop.
out there. Gujarat Tigers cleaning up any player that they can find in front of them, still dishing out damage against Blind Esports. They are extremely confident, Arca.
Yep. The two big bulls are gonna lock horns now. It's gonna be the side of the Tigers versus
Blind
the
how
side
win
of
then
Blind.
blind
Both
to
of them holding the either corners of the circle will now be looking forward to execute one of the best
Rap
assaults
talk
they have
heavy.
done so far in this tournament. It's even Steven, ladies and
4v4
gentlemen. I hope
fight.
you're prepared, because a lot of textbook basics are going to be questioned over here. The circle is going to be predicting the fate of either of these teams. The final circle, which is going to be forming up any second now, will show us which is the team which is going to have greater advantage. And it seems like the odds are going to favor the side of Blind.
Zon tang
It's
zo ka
their
blind
game to
mo.
win, whereas the Gujarat Tigers, one
Small,
thing which they
bomb,
can do right
tunga.
now is make sure they put smokes
Blind
in
yan,
every
he,
nook
ring,
and corner
sudu.
of the map. And Blind is just
Hindi
going to be left
sul
guessing from which
zon
corner
tang
they're
zon
going to be
ni siya.
rushing in from. Prince is going to be the first person to be leading the assault, will be coming in a
Zon
bit more
tang
closer.
zon ni
But I just
blind ho
love
tan
the
yin
smokes which has been
advantage
locked in
sang
over
zo.
here. Blind Nakul is going to be very
I don't
active with
know.
his ears. Manya will be starting his assault with those grenades. And guess what? It's not going to be happening as AJ is going to be rushing in, putting down the
Hindi
first
na
person
lolo.
down. Joker is also
Ano,
getting
push
taken
na
down. The
full.
Tigers know how
Bakit
to crawl in. The Tigers are pouncing over here as they are on a prowl.
They
Last
certainly
man.
are on a prowl
Last
right
man,
now.
come on.
Blind Esports, they are being picked apart. Prince, of
Wow.
course, is going to
Oh!
find the final nail in the coffin. And Gujarat Tigers, they seek revenge from the last game, of course. This one actually goes in their bag. A winner-winner chicken dinner. A massive one on the map of Miramar. Goes to Gujarat
Point
Tigers.
ho.
And
1
who
versus
better
4
to
ho
beat
ka.
than Blind
Kelon
Esports
Mia.
in a Mexican standoff? It was a
Pui,
4v4, 8 players, 2 teams,
Robada.
and the final circle. The
Imi
terrain
ni
was
siya.
set, the stage was
Nilo
set,
squat
and it was
ang
Gujarat
inan
Tigers who
kelo
reigned
to
supreme. It almost felt
baga
like
anna ni
Arca
tan baka nito
blind tasted their own
Ocean Bay
medicine
Velo
because
piso.
you saw the push coming in from AJ, the vehicle slam,
Ma
disembarked,
ni
and then
nga what's
immediately
party
shoot.
po
This
kanila
is
wala ta
blind.
mo.
This is the strategy which blind used in
Rest
their
day
final
ni tok
circles,
me.
but this time they were the victims of it.
Dus.
I mean, I am really shocked that Blind was not able to do any kind of damage against the side of Gujarat Tigers. But the confidence of the Tigers, we have to give it to them. Once they started to prowl in, they knew from which corner they have to start their assault. And we'll be breaking down this furthermore. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is for us. We're going to be taking a short break, but make sure that you're loaded up with your popcorns as we'll be seeing you seeing you guys on the other side. It's the game, man. It's getting to my brains.
मैप की जरूरत तो अनजान गलियों में पड़ती है, पर इरेंगल की गलियां तो हमारे दिल में छपी है।
What's up, team?
Hey, guys, रिच पे बंदा है, रिच पे।
अरे यार अभी हम स्मोक कर रहे हैं साइड
मार किया मैंने।
लाइफ में हर जीत है इम्पोर्टेंट,
Thank you.
Nice one, perfect.
लेकिन जीत का असली मजा सिर्फ अपने स्क्वाड के साथ ही आता है। ये बैटल ग्राउंड ऐसा कंफर्ट जोन है जो कभी भी रेड जोन बन सकता है मेरे भाई।
भाई प्लीज रिवाइव कर दे।
अबे यार नू।
युद्ध के मैदान में बड़े बड़े MVP भी कर जाते हैं भूल।
नूडल सूप।
पर चैंपियन बनने की मंजिल में क्या नूब क्या प्रो।
Come on guys, compound hold. कोई नहीं है सामने।
Center slam.
स्मोक कर कवर ले।
एक HP है भाई।
ये गेम हम सबका है, धड़कने और जोश है हाय। इंडिया खेल रहा है BGMI।
Who's my best friend? Ah, is it? Di ba di? Kasi ta sa em. Cái chán đang kêu. Seven chicken challenge.
Okay.
Ito face me game.
I can't go to someone, okay?
Siya niya. Face cam bang eh.
तू कलेक्ट कर लेना।
मैं राइट से जा रहा हूँ।
जा राइट से जा।
In poi soi lo pon in del in soi pon alat luk chuang lo listen zun zamin
सावधान। नाइस रे, मैं कवर देने का ट्राई करेगा। और भी
Awesome.
और भी है फ्रेंड्स।
डीपी वाला है
Watch
जी
out.
आगे की साइड। आओ मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ आपको।
किधर है?
आगे
Watch
की
out.
साइड से फायर आ रहा था।
हाँ, एक तो डीपी वाला
ये
है।
रहा।
कूतरिया।
छी बंदा।
एक और होना चाहिए, देख लेना। सारा नॉक हुआ था, सारा।
चारों दीदी, चारों बंदे गए हैं।
ओके।
अभी ये रिकॉल होके आएंगे।
इससे
नेट
पहले
दे।
रिकॉल
Watch
होके
out.
गर्दन पे गिरे। गोटी गल्टी मार।
दीदी मैं तो गायब भी हो चुका हूँ, आपको दिख नहीं रहा है, देखो। शक्तिमान शक्तिमान।
In rare in soy pun, in soy in sel pun, lật lực chuông lo.
सब स्पैम कर दो प्रीतम नशेड़ी ओए होए। प्रीतम नशेड़ी
Cái
भाई।
bờ vâng à, tỏ về hay dù PG वाला gamer. Ông thấy tụi mày là
तो बहुत ज्यादा ले।
क्यों कोई नहीं पहुंचा यहाँ पे तो।
आगे वाले में जाओ, ब्राउन वाले में जाओ, एक ब्राउन वाले में भी जाओ, सब एक में मत घुसो।
बंदे कूद गए उसमें।
इसको खोल गन्नी में। यस यस।
पीछे वाले बहुत हार्ड।
एक और आ रहा है, पाजी मारो इसको भी।
इसको लूट इसको, मेरे साथ चलियो।
गन लेके आ लो मेरे
अरे मारो। एक नंबर पाजी। साले ने नेड कर दिया वहीं पे।
ला गन गिरा दे तू, गन गिरा दे जल्दी।
ये लो
I got supplies.
फर्स्ट एड है।
Thank you.
ये ले फर्स्ट एड।
आ रहा हूं।
कौन से खेल रहे हो अच्छे से।
वॉल पे
इधर बॉट मारोगे इधर यहाँ पे।
Watch
इधर
out.
लूट लो सर।
चलो मेरे साथ चलो आ जाओ।
रियल लग रहा है मेरे को, पेटी बढ़िया वहाँ।
नहीं मैं जाके आया था, मैंने मारी वो पेटी। आ जाओ।
मारा जा, मार के आ जा।
अरे नहीं मैं तो फिर गन के लिए जा रहा था। आ जाओ कोई नहीं।
साथ आओ, मेरे साथ आओ।
चलो
चैट मेरे भाई, थैंक यू सब्सक्राइब करने के
वहाँ से शॉट
लिए। यहाँ से कवर देना।
दो तीन है।
मौली आ गई।
साथ आओ, इस डब्बे के पीछे साथ आना। चलो
अरे यार
in sel pun, oral face game ang khian ti vela. Ting himo. Hey, dian green screen angai. Ting himo.
मेरे पास आ।
Ben game ma me zhou lang thai don.
अरे बहन जो पीछे से बॉट आ गया।
पीछे से भी बॉट आ गया यार।
ठीक है मल्होत्रा, थैंक यू तेरी जान, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मल्होत्रा जी।
Viewers hana nom da usually ai how ha zo ni me viewers to
तुमने फिर भी 1v1 नहीं कर पाते अगर।
sel.
हाँ यार
Lo
मेरी जान,
chane man lo ngai tlang mo
बंदा
chane
मेरे को बहनचोद बचाने
tan
के लिए
zong
यहाँ
ta
पे
pena
है, cover, revive
kan
लेके
da
चक्कर में मर गया, फर्स्ट एड लगाता अपना आराम से।
chanem khang ai tlan khang ai ve lo mo chân zong te kha an thiam zok thu kha approve khang ai ve lo mo chu a zai thiam zong ti te chân zong te kha chân ven kat khang ai ni mo the ang to ka an lo thil ti chat to ho zong zong ka ai ni ti chou ve khang ai ni chu a zai chân khan na thina i chân zong nei tan kha zo ni chân đầu thế đâu đi一等真正的一种 It's the Dawn Beach 因为米真正的一种就 bro 因为一不那那咪 It's the Dawn Beach 底下不那那咪你告诉你底下什么 press 什么你啊press 会引起紧张erdeu ta khel tu na la was party leang le l hi lo sha thiam ve ro bro chu le i shiat chan no chunin on le ro lo shil fiang che le l ka pin hulu man tu mai ke ngai do ka om bok shiro ka om hi ka shangai lo shum tu mai ma le l i shiat chan du chunin ron leng lai bu lai ron thula kan lo ti pung che ka lo shil fiang che
is a massive point of concern for, I believe, few of
Aiden in Australia insane con lâu trong nó về về bằng gì vậy thì nó về mà mi cái ông mấy lại bộ soi chế về thấy đấy bằng gì vậy mình xin thì nó về em kinh của thì có phải chiang khổng mấy xe có chính là hắn mấy nào Sen mất sẽ là cái new song
nắng mắt sau vì lâu ni thiết sen dùng giam thêm sắc mê môi tê dùng giam miền miền phân thế trang lại ý bây hiền cây dùng cả hình nghề mong ngày đàn xoay chu hay nghe lâu ni em tê hay ngay thà lá tô thu vàng em tua lâu lá chợt na này lâu mình bu nính thay lâu tin tốt na này lâu mình bu kính lệ gì
Không kiếm ở thế hello.
inside the battlegrounds.
Another added opportunity, as you mentioned. I mean, that is the perfect way to look at it. An extra games means you have an extra chance of securing a few extra points on the overall leaderboard. But for now, let's see if we get to see any early game drop clashes. It doesn't seem like it. There are 3 teams heading close to the center of the circle, but Gen X, they've taken the city of Rozok. TTR,
Vậy
they
phải
have
cái
taken
để dốc
school
tao
and school
một tên
apartments,
tiêu.
and I believe WSB, while they are looking to head towards Pochinki, they won't really face a challenge in taking control of that entire city for themselves. Asla on the other side, as you
Asla
mentioned, a
Sport.
team that
Asla
they have
hinin
another
ni kung
record
bhai kan try la.
of securing 3 chicken dinners.
Asla
They are
Sport
landing in an
hinin.
open position, and that actually can be a point of concern. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, CS Esports. Now, again, story time, ladies and gentlemen. CS
Try out kan
Esports,
na ya.
there used to be a team, an experienced team that used to drop
Mase,
along
an
with
manager
CS
pa ka-
Esports during the round 2 of
Ati,
BGIs. And
chung
CS
abang han eh.
Esports made sure they caused so
Ah, boy,
much
track
trouble
talaga
for
ba?
them that we unfortunately
Ganti
had to
talaga.
bid them adieu because they did not have enough points to stay in the
So,
top 8.
ito'y
But
big
CS
vet
Esports
war,
are here,
right?
and this time their drop is clashing with Revenant
Is peki
Esports on Milton
re
City.
katula so amay sakfa ka daw nito at
Considering
daw nito.
Sensei is the IGL of Revenant, so yeah, it's expected this team will like to drop towards the Milta side. And Revenant Esports having a drop collision against CS Esports. This is not a way you want to kick things off.
Silo kon
The CS Esports
red
this team is
inside.
one of those teams that has been looking in form, and look at Drake, and he already knows one of the players
Pwede ka mo sa
from the
throw
side
la
of
higan
Revenant.
check.
And you can see Leo YT as well, just moving in from the back line slowly and steadily. Leo's position, as long as it's going to be uncompromised, things will be good for CS to at least
Asla
kickstart
Sport.
things inside this lobby. But somewhere else on the map as well, we've got another fight brewing up. Do or die
Come on.
against the players of Asla.
Asla
Two players
Esport.
stacked behind the tree. This is not a great way to start things off. And do or die, eventually they managed to extinguish both those players from that spot.
The DP is a great AR, ladies and gentlemen. While you might not be able to put on a lot of attachments on that particular rifle, the range is quite good. The damage fall-off is, well, it's not really there, and it's quite stable at longer ranges. And in this particular scenario, the extra set of ammo that you have in the initial clip of the DP did help out the individual to secure 2 knocks from the side of Asla, and this is something again, Necro, that we weren't expecting. A team like Asla in such a bad spot, starting the last day with just 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, not a way you want to kick things off, right? Inside round 2, this is one of those teams that actually got the most amount of chicken dinners. 3 chicken dinners back to back, and now look at them. Not a way you want to start things
chicken
off
dinner.
like an opposite downfall, but
Yeah.
Nung ka like on date
Could be
wala.
okay though. Still, it's not the end of the round 3.
Like
Right? You've still got a lot more games in front of you.
Like ka unlock la ka like ka eng ka.
So you can't
Ka background
always
nila
look
team
back
da wala ka.
what went wrong in the previous games and always
Asla
try to
zero.
improvise, improve yourself in the upcoming days. VOD review is something that every single player should do.
And it is going to be important to study your own matches. Do your homework, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get better. That has been the rule of life as long as we have been alive.
So
Since,
hard on
we were
no.
little
Hard on
kids.
me no.
We've been told this, and it is quite important. But let's see what the
Eng
homework
team
from
tan po
CS
hen so
Esports
ki
side
har
is gonna look
har
like as
turan
players
nila
of
wa.
Revenant Esports are stepping in front into the line of fire of Leo YT from the side of CS Esports, and it feels like Necro, Revenant are not at all aware about this individual being here.
I told you, as long as Leo YT's position is going to be uncompromised, CS Esports, they've still got a striking advantage. And considering Revenant Esports has got
Miltain.
no clue Leo
Ay
is
tat
here,
sila anin.
there's a chance one of the
Tab le
players
lam
might just
boxe.
walk out of the
Yeah,
open
muse
like
like
that. and get knocked out. And as soon as CS they found the advantage, things are going to get 50% easier for them. But Leo YT's position's finally compromised. Not a way he wanted things to go down, but hey, UMP 45 in the close ranges. Leo YT's trying his best to fight back inside the scenario, but the man's got no meds to back him up. So this is a really bad stuff going on for Leo YT. No meds. Only a couple of points in his hands too. UMP 45 to strike down the opponents. And now every single player from the side of Revenant Esports too just starting to push this man all by himself. And Leo IT eventually exits that building. Counters happen, and it's going to be Apollo from the side of Revenant Esports to put that nail in the coffin. Leo IT out of the game. CS Esports down to a 3-man squad. Disadvantage on their side.
Kudos to Revenant Esports for capitalizing on massive blunder from the side of CS, because Leo did buy his team quite a bit of time for his teammates to fall into position, but because they were able to do so, now they're going to be down a player. Although the advantage from the side of Revenant Esports will be instantly neutralized as Fierce closed into the CS Esports' position a little too quickly and is going to go down on his knees. Small tags to a nade from Ranadeep from the side of CS Esports. Now what we see, ladies and gentlemen, in front of us is cross-street 3v3 situation. 3 players from the side of Revenant, 3 from the side of CS Esports until Fierce is brought back, but things take a turn for the worse as Gobi or what there, Gobi is also going to be dropped to his knees, and now Revenant Esports are in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, well, this is why there's a reason this name is here. This team is one of the most dangerous teams when it comes to the underdogs playing inside
TV4
lobby. Look at the pre-fires coming in from their plight. Another man knocked out. Two players that were knocked out initially from the side of Revenant Esports. Apollo is going for the resurrection. But CS Esports, they're going to try to make it quick and swift. All the players already trying to push inside. Building, they've pushed that ball down to a 3v3 scenario once again. But in this scenario, Revenant Esports could have an advantage if they do manage to capitalize onto it perfectly, considering the players of CS Esports, they do not have any frag grenades left over.
Lack of utility can definitely be quite detrimental to CS Esports' position right now, and this is why, as with a nade, Revenant Esports find another opening for themselves, but as soon as they think it is their time to shine, CS Esports, they secure the knock with the DBS. Fierce is trying his level best to win this fight for his team, but he won't succeed at all, as Sarthak, with just a sliver of HP and armed with the AKM, makes sure that Fierce's fierceness is going to go back into the lobby with Revenant Esports.
Well, I guess CS Esports, they're going to stay alive to see another day inside the lobby. A great way to kick things off, and also claiming the entire Milta area for yourself. So one thing is for sure, if these two teams are going to be colliding against each other in the similar groups once again in the future, well, I guess Milta should be settled down. CS Esports should be the one to claim the Milta. Unless, if Revenant Esports really do want to be stubborn and challenge them once again, then maybe there's a chance the outcome can be different. But in general, CS Esports, even though they started things off with a disadvantage, but then the utility utilization and perfection to give them the advantage, swinging back into life once again.
Yeah, that replay, just notice, that was the last shot that hit Fierce. And exactly at that moment, we saw the individual from the side of CS Esports come out of ADS, come out of his scope and vision, and yeah, I don't know what to say about it, because I don't want to say he got a little lucky that the shot connected, otherwise he would have been done, because he was also on a pixel of HP. And ladies and gentlemen, these are complete 50-50 moments wherein you're going to be praying to the gods of BGMI, hoping that you aren't the one getting finished off. So quite unfortunate over there for Fierce, but I have to say props to both these teams. That was an impressive team fight from both these sides. And a little bit of a lesson for Revenant Esports. You can't really underestimate the lads from the side of CS just because they are new. Kevin Esports learned that lesson the hard way.
Indeed, man. Indeed they did. But look at all the teams now starting to accumulate in the Smack Center. It's a massive splash of colors. And CS Esports towards that Milta side, still not moved out yet. Probably going to go for an extra bit of loot, that touch-up that they need, because they burned through a lot of utilities, that's for sure. So they do need a couple more frag grenades to back him up in the upcoming fights. Team Tamila's on our screens, a team that has been on the struggling phase in every single round, but they still somehow barely managed to qualify. Is that going to happen once again?
Well, let's see. Team Tamilas is another big name in the BGMI community, and people have been hoping for them to pop off, but their journey so far has been quite unstable. This particular game taking things quite slow in the early stages of the match. Hopefully we're going to see them step things up as we transition into the mid game and then the late game in just a few short moments. Over on the other side, the players from the side of Liquid find themselves, well, in a decent cover position, but VSD being quite close makes me wonder, is there a fight headed our way?
Probably. That's what it seems like. Because there's one team way too close for comfort in the name of LQD, Liquid. And they're probably trying to make a bit more distance between each other, but the spot that VST has, I'm not a huge fan of that spot. But this is how this fight really started to rile up inside the Battlegrounds itself. Revenant Esports, I mean, knocks were just happening back and forth initially, but then later on, CS Esports, it sort of got that grip on the game that they really needed. Sensei being knocked out right here, it was sort of like a massive win condition for the side of CS Esports. SNS Sensei was confirmed. Somewhere downline, CS Esports themselves knew that, okay,
I do agree with that. I mean, Sensei was holding a pretty impressive, a pretty important position for his team in the backlines. And as soon as he was taken out on that first floor, there was no suppressing fire available, allowing CS Esports to cross the road, close the distance, and just put up a lot of pressure on the players of Revenant, who were just being brought back with those revives.
Ngồi tệ mình số PUBG player trên notice ai sang khel thei tura motivate tu tệ ani khi ami zo ang zong pun motivate nghe mi theng sang tu dang chap jok an khel ang hi an khel ve ang ti hlau re ka deng ril rupu te khan lo om ve thei thawa i che thiam ang ka sai zo
allowed a little bit of extra room for CS Esports in that particular
an
fight.
khel ang hi an khel ve
Is now going to fade away as the zone, as you talked about it, Necro, did
dia mani masial taka ching nun mang te po an om ve mai thei sin
and head up north along with the rest of the lobby. X7 Wolves, I am waiting for this team to commence their shenanigans. We saw their first game of today. It was impressive. Now I want to see what they make of this one. What about you?
X7 Wolves, I mean, they've already kicked things off on a great note. And I would highly doubt that X7 Wolves always. It's better to have a little bit of cushion, right? I guess.
Exactly.
It's better to stay steps ahead in front of the competition. But I'm just trying to say, even if this game does not really pan out the way they want to, it's completely fine. They've already got a decent amount of points secured in the initial phase of the tournament, so they're good to go. And speak of this, an interesting spot Team Tamilas have found. So many teams around them making a rotation inside the circle. X72 spotted out over there. A lot of shots actually taken against them, but no issues.
promote sak om lo te po anom ve thiang promote sak promote sak om lo khop te churin lo hal te po om ve ma na enge an lo hal chan an hal masak chan enge an hal chan mo te kha om ve le ta ni re chu promote sak om lo
or 3 minutes ago approximately.
Promote sak om lo khop
at that point there weren't a lot of other teams
until
their position. Now all of that has
until
changed.
ti hi an shemi lawang
Panic for Team Tamilas, but I believe
ti khopa amol muar tok tura ngai la ya til sha thiam ve thau si khan om ve thei thawa ala kha chon ma anu ang hal taka khosa ta tu han om ve thei thau
taking a duel against the players of CS Esports.
Kasoi thiam lo to ka soi ka chu in man thiam tu ra cha ka ngai
are just the massive dip that is there between them.
I mean, RVNC, if you talked about them, currently this team is on a lower ground compared to the players of CS Esports. considering the main Potato Hill control right now is being taken over by the players of CS Esports and even RVNC. They actually need to move inside the safe zone too. So yeah, one thing's for sure, RVNC, they are the one to be inside a little bit of more pressurous situation. And soon enough, you also see them on the minimap. Their side, two of the players pushing up close, trying to get a little bit more area control, trying to step inside the safe zone. But as the next circle, the next stage of the game is going to begin, it's actually going to shift all the way on the top north side. Now, this is quite an interesting one. VST, they find themselves in the prime spot. Acid 2, they're quite on the southern side. FS trying to make it in from the right.
Usually when we have these end-game circles, they are going to be quite close to one of the high-priority locations of the game. But this one, ladies and gentlemen, it's smack in the middle of nowhere, actually.
Below 32 players from
the western to the eastern side. From the northern side, it is between Farm and Yasnaya. And it's not even the southern Yasnaya farms. It's just a little bit more south of the Yasnaya farm. So this is a completely open position, and VST having the early control of the center does give them an added edge against the rest of the competition. But looking forward to this, RVNC on our screens going for a wide rotation, find themselves in a mid-rotation clash against the players of WSB. But as we
were actually exposed from their backlines, so there's a chance there might be heavy fire coming in from that side. Midwave Esports 2 moving around inside the lobby. WSP, once again, even this team finding themselves a little dip to play around with. The main problem is now, as we know, if the nade's going to be tossed in automatically, it's sort of like a bow. So the nade's going to be just going straight down to the center spot. Once that happens, a certain amount of damage will be dished out on the players themselves. Because the range right now is knocked out from WSP. Resurrection will be there, so no problem.
When the resurrection feels like it's WSB for now at least, but they have to be extremely careful, because as you were explaining, being in a dip like this can be quite detrimental sometimes if you do not have the exact position of the team surrounding you. And right now, that is the information that I believe WSB is lacking, because while they might be aware of Asla just a little bit north of their position, look at the radar. There are two more teams from the distance that have the opportunity of collapsing upon both Asla and WSB at the same time. It causing a lot of pain for both these teams. But switching again to the players of RVNC, who have collided, in fact, upon X7. This is going to be brutal for one of these two teams, and it seems like S7 are on the wrong end of the spectrum this time, as RVNC kick things off with two impressive knocks. Pain is feeling a lot of pain as he's brought down to around 30 HP, while Evil is just going to be hiding in that corner room all by himself, and RVNC are dominating this team fight.
Yeah, indeed they are. No player down. Scenario from which at least one of the players was actually softened up, but that softness is not going to matter.
And waves out.
WSP2, they chime inside the fight, and they get the final man or final nail in the coffin. Nicely done. RVNC claiming this entire compound for themselves.
X7 official
they're going to be looking good in this spot. Somewhere else on the map, though, there's so many fights going on at the same time, and also RVNC realizing the fact that they were getting third party by some of their team, so they're going to start to lay down a lot of smokes, making sure that the opponents will not have any sightlines anymore. Actually taken down as well, and the confirmation TBS and the clotheslines. Maxi, though, he got his best back in his favor, but eventually they will be slapped right back to the lobby.
Yeah, that was way
เป็นสลับปังโซเคนอินดิลูเลยไงตัวให้อินดิลูอมมใครนั่นใส่โซทีนะมั้ง
special props to him.
ยิงขัดยิงช่วยเอ็นเราติดตาอินดิลูอ่ะอินดิลูตักอินเชลตัวส่วนไงแรงเงินกันละสนามสตรีมากันไกรนะมาโซนกันตัวมาจู้ส่งจุนไม่มีกันไวรัสชันเรามาเราจูเบสนี่จูกันตุ้มเวกตูปอมอจูส่งจุนไม่โฟกัสส่งไปเราจูขัดยิงแล้วมาบวยนะเองบีสิตัดตีขัดดีตีเฟรับปังค่ะอีกันบวยนะนี่เรากับบวยนะนี่พะเรา
quite a decent position they had in the center of the circle, but all of a sudden the zone moves out, and VST, they find themselves in an awkward position on the northern edge.
จะโปรได้ลำปังนี่เราเซ่
Going from the most controlling position
ก็ออก
inside
เรา
the
เวกไม่มาให้กันในเวแล้วตุก
just in a matter
เทียน
of
ซาระ
seconds. This is what BJ
Chung Gua.
really brings on the table.
Mani ina kan ko sa mi in lo pon kan ko sa lawa pathian kong ina zara le chung te zara nyang chu e mani in sakpol ke ma in sakpol ni lawa ka chung te ka pu te in sakata ka pu in sakata nga eti mani ina ve thei ga ni ka ma mo e ka va it si ka va erosion lo ka ot hek lo ka ne ka lung o ja ku su ni mai
Oh, but look at this. As soon as they were
Ka
done with the
option
players
lawa.
of CS Esports, WSB
Game po hi khelo ila
another slam and as
izon na tu ka
X7
nei
this time are trying to take
tu
their
zok chu
dip
ni
away from them. And
ta po
WSB,
mino
they
ti ni
have no way
chuanin
out
ka
of
chu
it.
Oh my
Raiden,
God,
he is
what's
trying
confidence
to
ang
level
yung
best,
isa
but
ulap
VST are here
ta
as
po
well.
nga
What
mino
is
ngai lo
going
ulam
on over here?
Oh my God.
Is there a gold rush in this game right now? It's the same spot and this is the fourth team to contest it. Raiden, he has managed to survive for so long with the DBS. He is putting up a tough fight, a tough challenge for the opposition to face, but finally he will have to fall. He will have to kneel before the immense pressure of VST and
easy
also
pon
the
mani
added
ina om
pressure
tho lo
of the
ma e
team
zo la
that
inan
came
lo
before
lom
them. But now
ma an mani in
VST
de sai
are
to la
gonna be
lom bro
gonna be
an
forced to
mani
quit
in
for
tho
this,
ne
and
e zo la
RVNC
de zo
were
nin
right
mi
next to
inan
this
lo
game, and RVNC
sai
will
to
have
la
an opportunity
chon
to finish
mani
off
in de
this
chun nei
team
veng
and
chu
take control of the zone away from them. But multitudes of
ta e
teams
zo la
collapsing
an
upon
oma
each other means lot of chaos
mi
is
in loin
breaking out on this
ka
final
mu si
few
chan lo
or in these final few
ma ro
zones of
chu
the game.
ei
Johnny, not just that, the entire
mani ina
bombardment that
ten ke
happened
ni
on top of the
ko
players
pu ya
of
ka no ma
RVNC.
tu zo ka
Interesting
soi na ni
stuff.
he
Two
ka
of the
ting
players are knocked out in
ka
that
bo na ni
frame.
lo
RVNC, still these two players are up and alive, and they got the resurrection on those fallen players.
Mani.
VST, not really in a comfortable spot just yet.
VST is quite uncomfortable, but RVNC, they
Chẳng
are
lẽ này
robbing
trốn
their
thồn đô này
utility.
này.
A few of them
Ê,
inside
khét
the
bóng khét lon
spot,
luôn
and
rồi.
both these
Vest.
teams, in fact, going quite heavy on those nades. Do not realize that none of their utility is actually reaching the opposition. So this amount of commitment with the utils is kind of an overkill. You have to hold back sometimes, gain a little bit of extra information, judge the distance the opposition is in, and then make the decision. But as VST step out to the open, RVNC utilize the opportunity to secure the open.
Ai phía cái chân chín nó ai cái rồn xoay nó chân chứ xoay lâu thế lâu yên nên comment sai nên nó tự chỉ nào mà cái xoay bể lâu hết 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 mình sinh chân chín mà cái nín lúc tục cái nín lúc tục in vì tụi anh mọi tiền tụi bắt party ông sẽ chất tỷ khát tỷ còn tiền đấy cái xem ý xí cái này hay error này khát tiền mà vậy cái ý xí lâu cái error lâu gì chứ mà ôi em có tên mà có tỷ lâu cái mà mộ lâu mà hiểu tiền về chỗ này mấy mà có tỷ lâu cả ột lâu đó chính khỏi na ra đó machine nghe tiếng mi roll of em không sao về no pan lai no pan lai te ngày tuổi đã rồi nên tụi nó cần đàn chút cần lộ số về tụi như một tal ni to mà ni pocket money rồi rồi cũng của không con mò personal tệ mấy điều đi mò personal tệ mấy điều chân bone đâu chân base bone đâu guys personal tệ mấy điều shit team park gì đâu
Midwave is going to be down to their last player. Aru is the man surviving, while VST is trying to bring them
vắc hi chalo mo mà nhìn này là to khai này mo ta là cầu ruột có tí hay sao ruột ở sụ mà nhìn in này hay lung oi to này sao to chít rồi ruột ở chỗ mo sẹo mấy mấy ruột ở sụ mà nhìn này to dìm hai này mấy dìm come on cái này to hay lung oi là to chít ba hai lâu ra
off as well. So Liquid is also down to their last player, and Asset Esports, they are having a game of their lives. 10 eliminations secured, and they are in the top 3 already with no one left in this lobby to actually be in a position to go down.
Lang zo eng ang po hin meron soi chiat tumula tuti khati chumi chui tluk lo chumi chu tuti khati era ela an chen ang tuti khati boron tiu le sem ngai ring kal tho kala u chang le chaw kala u thinri mani pon ngai ring kal tho a game a boina om lo wa a game a boina thlen lo wa kanun phunga boina thlen lo wa ngai ring kal chu ni mai a boina ni lo mo
Aru can be a really
Cắt sỏi cái tùy
detrimental
lâu phá
aspect
lâu
for
á.
the side of VST.
Cái
They
in bùa
need to
lâu
watch
phá
out
lâu
for
á.
that single foe.
Cái
That's
workout
live
lâu phá
all
lâu
the
á.
way on the
Cái một
left
tùy lâu
front.
phá lâu.
Acid though still
Sao mày?
going for the utility utilization there, hoping maybe at least one of those will find a knockout. But VST, they've done a good job separating themselves. But soon enough, even the wall of death now once again will start to close in.
Time
So
out.
VST,
Hai
they
đi được rồi cho
will
nên
be forced and
bitch thì
pushed
ra
out
rồi
of their
trong cái vật đồ
comfort zone.
số.
But they've got their vehicles ready. But this nade from
Cái
Spray
này
God actually
in
finds the
im
connection
aha
on the
cha
cover. The
thiếu
first
sợi
nade,
sel
first
mi sợi
casualty
sel rẽ.
actually has
Hiện
to
ấy
on
zo
board.
in zong zo cái mình cái gì.
This is not going to be good for the lads of VST. Now
In
their numbers
hiền
are down to 2
in
unless they
hiền
bring
in
Cupboard back into the game.
i
But
thu
what
trà
will
Sunday
happen?
school
Will
tên cái
Acid
này no
push
phần
before
line.
they even make it happen? The
Không hậu
answer
kha.
is yes. As
Mi
quick
ron
as
sấy
it
chén
is,
anh
they
hậu
go for one
kha.
more nade and
Sunday
Beast
school
does
tên
not
cái
really
này.
have any HP left. A brilliant move
No
by
phần
him. Got the
line.
moving vehicle over there, but look at this.
Oh
Aru is
my
trying to
God,
deny
who
point. He goes
knows?
back in the blue to deny the point, but Acid he's fought.
Ê, mà in
They
shit lắm
see his
lệ.
pixels moving at the very last seconds, and a few shots on his body will be enough to help secure that extra point of theirs.
Anh tàu có shit ang cho. Missing pathum ka ấy lâu có tiết rồi. Man ra na video viral vaka. Cái missing ấy lâu to. Chỉ đi chung mo. À. Ấy lâu về tắc mấy cái này. Man ra na bỏ soi to ha. Cái missing ấy lâu to hết chứ. À cái mà ấy chú đâu đã chặt tay ra. Anh phakar tệ mấy này. Mi phakar. Mi phakar tệ. Missing ấy lâu xong to hết chứ. Anh cần sấy về lúc mà cái missing ấy lâu hết chứ. Mi chặt tắc khi nó lâu ra. Mà này chú đâu đã chặt phốt đi đâu mà hay là situation nào rồi nè. Ấy hậu hiện tiếng nào mong là cái missing ấy lâu chú man ra là tập có ron soi to missing ấy lâu các này này mày missing đập missing fake cái ấy lâu chú sống cho nên mày nun đàn phun băng à hi ông đàn phun băng à khó xả này mày chú tiếng in mi rong cần và Asian lo ấy lâu các bên đâu này mày mà ba ông bắt lâu ấy lâu các bên nạt về đâu thế này mày. Hey, bay kan lo tight look từng cho bro it's that don beach đi ha hey dong đi ha social media đây là in là còn đa về đâu đâu không có gì trong trong thầy đặc đặc không có gì in trong thầy slum CMO Jangan live FS là lại thiệt chắc thì tiếng song tiếng rong comment à FS là lại thiệt chắc tiếng rong chỉ hay thil thì sang tên non thì toxic comment ta nằm chỉ na FS là lại thiệt chắc và live bộ cái này lo kể là cái NVA head in hawa discuss các cái tụm bera nia discuss bộ ai ta tiếng tiếng ấy ai họ sao LR tay in shit sandu cho nên gì mà nó chạy đàn ta cả rồi lên rồi tao lo xịt phiền đâu RL ai nào ông lâu ra ba cái mi cái chân này là chú mi cái hai tem đâu mà cái chân này bạc hai mi cái hai này sao rằng về cái hai đó thế mình tổng dịch comment spot ở đây phá về đâu mà tụi này tập phải chú tổng dịch comment nó khát về không mấy tụi này cái lại phi cái chân này bạc đã cho nên cái comment chân này đã cho nên anh hàng cụ bộ luật đằng đâu lấy còn lại hình nè public community chứ mà slow ra ngày nào mà cho đâu không ngày nó phải cái đợi lại luôn tao đi coi làm này cổ nó ấy nhiều lắm mà nhiều trang lại mình còn nhiều là trang lại cái lông nhiều lên tất tiếng về chút mẹ bồi lắm cộng mẹ rồi không về ông đàn xấu về hết chưa anh đủ đủ nên xoay mà đủ nên cắm chặt chậu nó thì mới còn mang về à anh bồi thác á à thác xin cái câu nó còn xia mà cái nó còn tia thì rồi để xí đâu không em mấy bốc xí à cái tổ khác anh có hiện lâu tổ chức chỉ máu là ở hồn lại hiện lâu sang lên về châu này mày à anh hạ vắt máy cái tỷ lệ đó mà lúc cần đi lưu lâu ông đâu thì mình bút đi xin tum chỉ nè mà ai biết thì cái tiền điểm nó chỉ nè cần đi lưu bút mang lâu đâu thì bút đi thì mình tum chỉ nè nị tiệt mình còn bút hin tum chỉ nè hay thì chú à sao về làm rất chuyện chú này live cái gì top không đang buổi chắc em ấy hay ta đây ta còn live đó nữa hey live po ni nóm chuyện ba cả cái tiếng hay mình channel hết chú cái tiếng tí về mấy nát tan lại đầu về mấy nát tan hay cắn tí này mấy em không chút tiếng à còn tổng dứt đó biết cái đâu còn tổng dứt ta thấy đây tổng dứt thì mà đâu thế lại dẫn lại xuân mà các bạn ngày tuổi ta mà số nó tụt thì lắm bằng tin nó xoay đâu nhỉ cho nên mình đầu ngay để cho nên còn comment đủ số guys à buổi chắc chuyện này mày anh hiểu
In puoi solo po in real insieme สีจีนสุดที่